All right, this is the types of reactions with the Flintstones. So we'll start with Barney right here. And he's happy, and let's say he gets married to Wilma, and they become a very happy couple. And so we're taking two individuals to produce somebody who's married, so this would be like a synthesis reaction. An example of a synthesis reaction would be taking water and oxygen and combining it to make, taking hydrogen gas with oxygen and combining it to make water. But let's imagine that we have Wilma and Barney, and they're maybe unhappy. Maybe they get a divorce. And so what we produce is a married couple. I can find my, and they break apart into their individuals, and what this is called is decomposition. And an example of a reaction in chemistry that would be decomposition would be potassium chlorate, and it breaks apart into its simpler parts, which would be potassium chloride and then oxygen. And so let's imagine that maybe Fred and Wilma didn't get a divorce, but what they did do is they went to a dance, and they met up with Betty. And what happened was Fred started dancing with Betty, and Wilma was left all by herself. And so this would be an example of a single replacement reaction, because you're starting with a more complex compound, and then one of the ions is exchanged for another, just like one of the dance partners is being exchanged. And so an example in chemistry might be silver nitrate, and if you add copper, you get copper nitrate, and so the silver gets replaced by the copper, and the silver is left by itself, just like Wilma was left by herself. And the last example here is, well, what happens if Wilma and Barney go to a dance, and they go with Barney and Betty. And let's imagine that they're square dancing, and at some point during the dance, they swap partners. And this is called not a single replacement, but a double replacement reaction, because one ion has been exchanged for the other, and so there's no one left by themselves. And so an example in chemistry would be potassium nitrate and magnesium nitrate. And so what happens is the positive ion of potassium, positive ion of magnesium are going to switch, and magnesium is going to switch with potassium to become magnesium nitrate, and then potassium is going to switch with magnesium to be potassium chloride. And so this has been the classification of chemical reactions with the Flintstones.